All right, what's going on? It's about 1 o'clock, about 10 minutes to 1 o'clock, Monday, March, 17th, 16th? Let's see, 16th. Want to say I miss everyone a whole bunch. It's weird sitting down, talking to you, and not pacing the room. And gonna do my best to keep my composure because it does stink that school is canceled for the next 4 weeks. And I plan on at least making a quick video or a longer video. This is a free software. Hopefully it's recording my audio, everything okay. This video is for both students and parents in Mr. Saltzman's class at Roger Bryan Elementary School, 4th grade. However, if you're in another 4th grade class, if you're at another school, if you're in another grade level, this can still give some guidance to all parents of how uh, what you can do to help your student or child at home still learn and not just say adios to the school year. Uh, the nice thing about this, nothing's nice about it. It stinks for everyone. It's affected everyone on some level, some other way more than others, and we'll get into that. The nice thing when it comes to being a student is we've covered almost all the material of 4th grade, really almost all of it. It was about to be test season. It was about to be a review. There was maybe one or two more math lessons I wish I could have hit. But other than that, we've learned it all. So at this point, your child or student has the skills. It's just about practicing them and reviewing them. So we'll get into that. Again, I just can't stress enough how much I miss you. And I do want to take some time first to talk about the coronavirus and what is going on because it happened real quick. In my classroom, we didn't really bring it up. We avoided it, the topic, until Thursday morning. Wednesday night is when the NBA player Rudy Gobert got the coronavirus. Tom Hanks and his wife were diagnosed with the coronavirus. President Trump came out and issued a ban flying to many countries in Europe, or a restriction, flight restriction, and people need to get home. And then it just escalated every day and every day. And finally on Sunday, New York and Las Vegas were the two biggest school districts to not have closed the schools yet. And I think in large part it was due to two reasons. One, for food, which students eat breakfast and lunch at school. Some students really rely on that. So we'll get into where you can get food later on in this video. The video with this software can only be 15 minutes. So if I have to make two, I have to make two. But right now I'm going to shoot to try to get this video done in 15 minutes. And I plan on coming out with more videos, hopefully a video every day. You could tune in and get some guidance or help or just to say hello. Love you guys a lot, and I hope everyone's doing good. So the coronavirus, right now, it is gotten a little scary, right? Trump and his administration just came out and said no gatherings larger than 10 people. It was 250, then cut down to 100. Now all of a sudden they're saying 10. Austria, a country in Europe, has it down to 5 people. Some countries it's not as much, but and one thing I want to stress about this coronavirus, it's not an American problem. It's not the American government shut us down. Oh no, it is scary, especially financially. A lot of people in Las Vegas are going to get hit way harder than other places because Las Vegas relies on tourism, and so all the people serving food, all the hotel workers, all the people that work on the strip are all heavily affected. A lot of people have already lost their job. So it's scary on the financial side, as well as even if you have this, which I've heard numbers as much as 50% they expect of Americans to get this, up to 70%. That does not mean that everyone has to go to the hospital. Some people can get this virus and they don't even know they have it. Some people can get this virus and have very minor symptoms. And then there's some people, 5 to 10 to 15%, at least from what I've read and gathered, that this virus affects heavily, and it will get to you, especially if you have a weaker immune system, you have problems with your lungs, you have asthma, you're a little bit in the older age group, you're overweight. These things are all contributing factors to how much it's going to affect you. So even if one of us has it and it doesn't affect us, it may affect somebody else we come in contact with. And that's what all the hoopla, or that's what the fear is nationwide. So It's above my pay grade. I've been very interested. I've been reading. I've been listening to a lot of news. It's very interesting stuff. But I know you're tuning in. Number one, say hello, and just be in contact. And number two, how can we keep our kids learning? Again, it's basically review at this point. They've learned. We've gone over it. So at this point, I think parents need some guidance of where to go online and what type of problems to give their students, or how can they keep their students occupied learning and not just playing video games this whole break. And just to be fair, because I'm not going to ask my students to do anything I'm not, universities are not canceled. They've moved to online classes. And on top of that, my classes were already online. So I'm doing homework this whole time. I'm also going to make these videos for you. And I'm going to come up with content for you and different lessons you can do. So there's no excuse of why you can't spend a couple hours doing some work also. And it's for the better. It's the last thing I'll mention before we move on to the lessons. Some of the things I'm saying is this an 8 to 9 week thing. Today, Trump is putting a timeline of possibly July, as late as even August. So to think that fourth grade or whatever grade level you're in, it might be over. I mean, Ohio governor came out and said, for now, schools for them are closed till I believe April 20th. And he said there's a possibility we're not coming back. I haven't heard many other bold statements from governors and districts like that, but that news is out there. The Bay Area recently, this article here my sister sent me, that 6 counties are expected to announce shelter in place order for all residents on Monday, directing everyone to stay inside their homes and away from others as much as possible. I'm going to turn off. Let's see if I exit this camera. I'm hoping I can't. I'm just hoping the video's running smoothly. So there's also, before we get lost into it, here is a list of places that students can get food. It looks like there'll be PAW distribution at 8 and 11 a.m. And the parents can also pick up academic resources at these sites. I believe the closest one to our school is Spring Valley High School here on Buffalo. I believe it's this one here. And so again, that's 3750 Buffalo Drive. It's Spring Valley High. And I believe the article says at 8 and 11 every day. Parents will be notified of the 15 locations throughout the valley, and 8 and 11 a.m. You can get food there for your students. So that's pretty cool that they did that. So getting into some of the... I don't want to exit those just in case I have to come back. But getting into some of the lessons. So if your student knows their Gmail, we all have a CCSD Gmail. They all have it, and they all have a password. Okay, and for instance, here is Nitro Type, one of the games we play after they've learned to type. It's one of the options at home. They love it. It excites them. They just click in, sign in with Google, and since on their Chromebook at school, they already log in on Google. They're signed into Google. All they have to do is click sign in, just like this. When I click sign in with Google, I'm already logged in. It's going to ask me which account. Created my account with not with the UNLV. I created it with CSD, so I probably don't have a login. But anyhow, you get the idea that when they go to Google, it's going to take them right to their account, and now they're already logged in. There's no from then on. There's no password or username. They just have to know how to log in. And when you know how to do that, when you know the Gmail and the password to get into your Google account, they already have logged. That's how they can get into their Prodigy account that they've been playing all year. That's how they can get into their Khan Academy account that they have all year. Very tailor-made. Khan Academy is math. We use it for math. There's other options on it, subject, content matter. We do math, but KhanAcademy.com is great for math. And again, if we know their Gmail email, which for my students, my email address is right here. You can rewind, or it's right at the bottom, saltzje@nevadaCCSD.net. I will do my best to email you your Gmail name, your email address. Look at my email. You can see that they can send me things. Serenity, Zaya, Jaden, they've all sent me their work. We do this already in class. So this is a good way for us to still be in communication. I'm only one person, and it's crazy for all of us, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. It's not something anyone's asked me to do. This is I'm going out of my way to do this because I love you guys so much. I don't want our school year to end. I really miss you guys. And so anyhow, Khan Academy, Prodigy, they've had They have accounts on typing.com. And if you cannot get their Gmail and we just can't figure it out at that point, and for whatever reason you can't email me, or you can always create a new one and they can start over. Khan Academy, it's not that great if they start over because they're already at a certain place. Prodigy, they built a character and they're at certain places. They built a level where now it's their challenge level throughout the year. But those are options. I would recommend. They love Prodigy. It's a video game embedded with math, and it's not. Don't let them. I wouldn't let. In my classroom, I don't let them play the cool math in other games. It's Prodigy, because Prodigy, I would have loved it when I was a kid, and there is real math going on. I watch my kids on scratch paper, and it also builds a community because they play with their friends. Khan Academy is much more lesson and strict based. They have videos that help walk through the lesson and teach some of the content, and it's real good. I would recommend. A lot of the kids were on Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. At this point, most of the students in the first half of the year were reading. I'm trying to go quick. I don't know how much time I have here. But they were reading smaller books at this point of the school year. Later on, their stamina is built up. They're reading more. And I would recommend chapter books at this point. And here, read this for 30 minutes. And later on in the day, read this again for 30 minutes. Again, I recommend Harry Potter, Hunger Games, Percy Jackson. But chapter books at this point of the year. They loved Amulet. They also love these graphic novels, which at least gets books in their hands. Typing.com and Nitrace, again, both, if they have their Gmail and they have their password, they just log in, sign in with Google, and they already have accounts there. I am going to try to make my own slides with some math problems, maybe some word problems, maybe a writing assignment. And if you look over here on Google Classroom, this is where I assign everything. So again, if you know your email and your password, which some of my students, I believe, do because they've been putting it in all year. We then have our math tests here. We have essay work here. This is stuff we've done all year, March 18th, March 7th, or excuse me, February 26th, February 7th, March 13th. So this is a way for them to access and us to still stay in communication if we go that route. If not, if that doesn't end up working out, and that's, I only have 4 students there, I'll do my best with you. And on top of that, the Prodigy is something they can do on their own. Khan Academy is something they can do on their own. And again, we might be, I know for now it's till April 13th when we get back from spring breaks. That's a full month, and then we'd have a month back. But everything I'm reading and all these reports coming out, it doesn't seem like a month's going to be enough time. I know in China, the only thing I can compare it to is they have a Chinese basketball league, and it shut down 9 weeks. So 9 weeks, and then it's able to play again. So, and I think that they're saying some of these timelines. I'm looking at something on the TV right now. It's July and August is theirs. I don't think it'll be that long. It seems like an 8-week thing. We've done a good job, but the numbers, we haven't really started testing for the virus yet. And once we do, the numbers for are going to be high. In Clark County, it's 35 as of right now at 1 p.m. on Monday, and I reported 1 death, and we'll just see what happens. So was there anything else in my notes? I got to the food. I got to the email address. I showed you the lessons. Email me if you need the email address and password for Gmail. Some of the students are going to know it. I believe it has something to do with their student ID as well. So if that helps jog a memory for their password or for their email address, I'm not 100%, but we'll do our best to figure it out. Again, you could also create your own logins and start over. And again, the best thing about this in any grade level you're at is we've covered a lot of the material. At this point of the school year, it's a lot of review. We were going to play review. Look up a Kahoot, go to Kahoot. They like Kahoot. Play with them, play against somebody else, and make it just search. They understand what I'm talking about because we've done this. Search different topics that you're working on, and it's fun for them, and have them write. At this point of the year, they're loving to write. They're really enjoying it. Have them do a research project for you on the internet and have them write, and they know the 5-paragraph steps, and they can access all their previous stuff from Google that we've done in the class that's on Google Classroom once we get them with their password and email address. So anyways, do your best to keep your head up. I think the video is still going. Hopefully it worked out. Hopefully my voice is on cue with the lips. And I know that sometimes messes up because of the software. And hopefully anything else I wanted to show you here, not really. Just, again, stay safe and try not to go out if you don't have to. Still get some fresh air and some sunshine. And I love y'all. And we'll talk soon.